The Hayloft is a building that was actually originally the smallest Safeway grocery store in Western Canada. It's basically just a big rectangle, about 60 feet long by 30 feet wide. But it existed as a corner store here in Caswell Hill up until about 2005. 2005 is when the visionary behind this project, Curtis Olson from Shift Development, came in, and he and his wife wanted a place where they could host people, host friends. They were musicians themselves and knew a lot of musicians. So they created kind of a playful prairie architecture inside. There's a barn here. There's a wheat pool elevator here and a grain bin, some other neat things, as well as the stage. My name is Adam Clarkson. I'm the host of the Hayloft in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. In 2018, I'd been coming to Saskatoon for about 2 weeks every month for family reasons. Fast forward a couple of years to April of this year. Actually, I guess it was March of this year when COVID hit. And I was in New York and I overheard a news piece that Justin Trudeau was thinking of closing the borders. And Canadians, if they were abroad, needed to come home. And thankfully, I had the place here in Saskatoon. And my children live here as well. So for me, it was a no-brainer. I had to get across the border as quickly as I could, come up here, and then see what transpired next. So I think like a lot of people, I'm kind of taking things week to week, month to month. It's hard to create a long-term plan around COVID, given this uncertainty of things. I will probably be here indefinitely for the next foreseeable future. But when it does come to hosting people, I do take some measures to make sure that I'm taking a look at where they're coming from. I make sure that the place is properly cleaned according to some of the protocols that are in place for cleaning, and make sure that it's all wiped down and so on after people leave as well. I would say that I have noticed an increase in interest from people locally. It has been there in the past. It continues to be there. I certainly haven't seen any interest from people outside the province. But I completely understand it. People are looking for an opportunity to change their day-to-day routine. I think a lot of us are getting a little bit housebound, a little bit restless, and just to change the scenery, even if it's 2 blocks down the street, can be really nice. There was a couple who knew about the place, wanted a small wedding, something informal, something cozy, just them and their closest friends and family, something intimate. So they approached me and asked if they could do their wedding here. I was, of course, happy to host them. I thought it was a great idea. But they had such a small event. There was about 10 people here. And so I just cleared out for the weekend, let them have the place, and they had a blast. I think there's a saying about if you reach the 10-year mark as a New Yorker, you'll never leave. I was putting that to the test, but at the same time, I was getting to the point where coming to Saskatoon was just such excellent respite. It's a beautiful town, super livable. It's so many things that a big city isn't. Great people, super friendly. You feel it as soon as you get off the plane and you walk into the city. And then the Hayloft itself as a place to live is just so comfortable.